it's not the string key.
It says connect video source.
It says we're live on YouTube.
Blue, and then they went with the blue because their printer sucks. I remember those punk ass printers. I had one. It was expensive and didn't do color. It just put colors on paper, but not the colors you told it. Stupid.
Fucking love cocaine.
The mirror. I fucking told you.
I thought you were just making a statement, and I'm like, it's pretty good. Yeah. I was about to agree with you, and I was like,
That's a
wait.
cool statement to make.
Yeah.
Fucking
I just
love
looked over
cocaine.
like, yeah, I'm cool with it.
That
was
that's one
literally
thing I
like
do indulge
my
in if I
favorite.
have it around, because it's a very short life.
It is.
high,
That's
you know?
that's what he was saying about his
That's why I like
mom's
DMT.
ventures. Like, if it's that quick, why do you keep doing it? I'm like, man, I don't know. I can't smoke it, but when you snort it, it's just as quick.
Well, that's why
Well,
I like
I smoked
DMT.
my
It's,
fair
it's
share of
quick,
crack
but
in my
it's
life.
Damn it.
I smoked crack, heroin, fucking DMT, whatever.
Whatever.
He smoked DMT
All right.
with all of those.
You guys ready to go live?
Yeah.
Now you admitted to smoking crack?
I have no shame in my game, I'm telling you. I am what I am, sorry.
No shame in my game.
Yeah, I
There's no
admit to
shame
smoking crack. I've
in the
smoked
game.
crack multiple times. More
I
than
just, don't
once.
I just don't want your supervisor to be just, randomly watching random shit. Be like, man,
Oh,
crack be on point.
I am my supervisor.
Yeah, he
works
yeah.
himself.
Like, that's the fucking beauty of it.
And
I have
he'll
no
give himself
bosses.
shit later. He'll give himself shit later. Don't worry.
Okay.
It's like, you? What?
Nah,
How dare you?
I accept myself.
Testing. All right, now I can hear
Self-love.
myself.
Self-love is a good
Yeah.
thing.
That's a good place. So that's a good place to be, I'd say.
All right, well,
Absolutely.
everybody, welcome to the Mouthpiece Live podcast.
Oh,
The world's been wilding. We just catching up. I'm Nick P.
Diana off camera.
Dax over here on camera.
Hi.
And then we got the Russian mystic art.
That's lit.
Not the Russian mystic. All right. So there's been a lot going on this week. What do you guys want to cover first?
You already know what I want to cover, so I don't know.
Well,
Go
you can
ahead,
just jump
go.
in. We know what you're gonna say. We all know you're talking.
That I can't believe that Roe versus Wade was freaking like overturned. Oh my god, yeah.
You can't?
Okay, no, I can believe it.
The
The government constantly
of
fails
all the
me,
things that's
yes.
happening, that?
No, I definitely am just sad about it. I mean, luckily we live in like a refuge state, but so if you need to, handle that business, Colorado, you will have protected rights here.
So, Dex, for all those who
Cold
don't...
hangers for days.
Not even. It's like I just
Sorry,
got.
I'm
We
sorry.
are now manufacturing wire
I'm
hangers.
just being cynical.
My homeboy's like, I got a bottle of gin and 3 stories of stairs. I'm like, shit, yeah, strap a helmet on me. Let's get rid of this
I
thing.
heard you can do good things with castor oil. I'm just saying.
Constantly swift you
Yeah.
through the staircase.
What was plan A is the condom, plan B
So-
is the drug. And
Okay,
plan
so,
C
I
is
mean-
kick the kid down the stairs.
Just to make sure everybody knows what it is that we're talking about, Dex, do you want to give everybody a rundown of what exactly Roe versus Wade meant to the United States?
Well, Roe versus Wade was a very controversial case that, not without going too far into detail, allowed for the federal ability for women to have abortions.
Yes.
There were a number of
protects their
different,
right.
it protected their right to have abortions. Now, over the years, wow, things had adjusted to,
Damn.
sorry, slight distraction.
Arson, damn.
Had adjusted
I am
to where it seems the politics behind it nowadays is more about funding. There are a few states that have their own legalities in the ways of abortion, especially in the ways of making it illegal. However, the main issue that's going to happen is there will be no more federal funding for abortions. There are some states who have some really draconian type laws where they will be possibly pursuing women that were on record for having abortions and a number of other things that come with this. But
Back to
again, that's a
Inquisition.
state-to-state issue, unfortunately, and there will be no more federal backing on that. Now, in the ways of enforcing and guiding for women, I feel like that was a piece that was removed. However, I have always been an advocate of less government involvement. I feel like this should not have been an issue to this level to begin with. Everyone should have their own freedoms. If this is the land of the free and the home of the brave, this should have never been an issue. And if it is a medical circumstance, whatever means necessary to help is what we should do. That should not come with any judgment or anything. But
No, I
since we
agree.
are where we are, well, thankfully, I'm not looking to get an abortion anytime soon.
Well, I
'cause
mean,
I don't know how to feel about it.
There's so much that surrounds it too, like just coming from the perspective of trying to control having children to your terms. It's very difficult when it comes to birth control in general, especially for women. Like they've made it a lot easier to access it now, but let me just tell you that in some areas, like for you to even get your tubes tied, you have to get permission from your husband. Like you have to go jump through so many hoops. Judges will rarely sign off on it if you don't have at least one child for you to get your tubes tied.
Which is fucking
And
nuts.
the procedure is reversible with usually up to an 80% chance of use, 80 to 90%
Being
chance,
successful,
depending
yeah.
on your situation and circumstance, how far you cut the tubes, etc. It's reversible, and you have the ability to possibly have another child. So to me, if we gave women more of an access and taught them better how to regulate their body so they could have more control over when they have their children. Like my daughter, you know, if I could have never had children back to back, like there's no fucking way I would have blown my brains out or like drove a van into the fucking lake or
Lake.
something. Like there's no way. The way your body changes and the way women are meant to have children after children, because we don't give them sexual health the way that they should receive it and understand how to utilize to manipulate their bodies that way. Like it's
There's so much confusion,
Yep.
especially nowadays with all this craziness with the hormones being given to children and everything. I mean, this wokeness will get us into trouble, you know.
I don't think you're wrong. Like, and even in this situation here, like you're taking away
Wokeness.
another option for sexual health. Like, I hate to be rude, but what does it fucking matter what someone else is doing with the situation? Do I think that we should just drown babies? No, like I don't want to just murder children. But do I think that if someone doesn't want to be a parent, they should have the right to
Yeah,
not be?
but do we need more unwanted children
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
in our society?
No.
Do we need that? No, we don't. Because unwanted children turns
into other issues.
Yeah.
get it.
Yes.
I totally understand.
Please believe that
Yeah.
I can relate that, if you are going to hold it above my head my whole fucking life, that I should be gracious to existing because you had me. Like, if you would have asked me in the womb, I'd have been like, no, get the coat hanger, do it. Like, no, if I could give you permission, I would have readily told my mom, like, if you're not ready, cut it. Like,
Right.
so.
That does bring up a kind of an interesting point. You didn't ask for life. The option to end it has been taken away. Will we eventually be able to sue our parents for forcing us into this wildness that we really did not ask
I think
for?
that's like a legitimate, like if you can prove that your parent literally set you up to have a failure of a life.
If
If you have a good lawyer, basically.
Yeah.
like again, if a random ass dude who made sure his wife doesn't get in trouble for the January 6th insurrection can make a decision for you, why can't we then sue the parents and possibly them for forcing life and therefore all the trauma on us? Because when you sue somebody, you get for
because
what?
you
For
cannot
pain.
outplay them at their own game.
You can't
That's
because
why.
it's pain and
You
suffering
can't.
at that point. You get
He's
money
talking
for
about suing
pain and
the
suffering.
parents.
They're
He's just talking about your
they
parents.
make in the game. They're masters of it. You cannot outplay them.
No, he's not talking about the full them. He's just talking about your parents, just suing your folks.
Yeah,
Just
suing
your
the parents. I mean, because again, the Supreme Court has made it impossible to sue.
I don't want to
cops when they
live
fuck
in
up.
that world where children would be suing their parents for being born. You know,
I
it's a
kinda
sad
do.
fucking world to
No,
live
it's
in.
terrible. That's like-
It's already a sad world to live in where we get to choose. You have to have.
It's
the
our
rape
making.
baby.
This
Well,
world is
have
our
you-
making.
Haven't you seen that movie Route 66 where they drive into that town where there's all lawyers?
I've
and
showed you
everybody's
that
suing
movie.
everybody
Yeah, that's
about
another one I
everything,
showed you.
like,
No.
No, you do not want to be in that world.
I've never seen that movie.
There
It's a
is
great
no,
fucking
you
movie.
do not want to be in that world.
It's a-
Let's not go there. We don't want
What's
kids suing the
the
parents.
fucking the Dracula guy? What's his fucking name?
There's been a few Draculas.
Yeah.
Talking about Dracula 2000 with
Yeah.
Gerard Butler.
You mean Gerard
Leonardo-
Butler? What?
God
Leonardo,
damn.
yes.
What's
Dracula
Damn it.
2000 was a Gerard
no,
Butler.
no, Bram Stoker's Dracula was his fucking name.
Bram Stoker. So you're talking about the greatest actor to ever live.
Keanu Reeves.
You're talking about freaking
See, when you
Sirius Black.
God damn, I forgot. She's
Gary Oldman.
Gary Oldman.
Gary Oldman. Yep. Gary Oldman in that movie.
He-
The,
Gary Oldman,
Interstate
period.
66.
Name a failure of Gary Oldman. I'll wait. Don't worry.
No, I love Gary Oldman. I
No,
mean,
hold up.
everything he
True.
did. Yeah.
1 second. So I went on this like really. We were watching TikTok, and I was pointing to this like really bad like a little fan made thing, and she didn't understand what was going on. And I was like, whoa, 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 whoa! You've never seen Gary Oldman
No, that was from Barry.
being Jamaican from True Love?
Yeah, no, I've never
So I
seen
had to-
that. And he showed it to me, and I was like, what the fuck? Oh my god. I've never had this in my life.
Look, that is the that's even though he wasn't technically, but that and Robert Downey Jr. are the only blackface I will allow.
Tropic Thunder. Oh, yeah. Oh, yes.
Stop dying.
That guy is amazing. Robert Downey Jr. is fucking amazing.
I do like Robert Downey Jr.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, those are the only two blackfaces I'll allow. True
Everything
Love,
else is
Gary
fine.
Oldman, Tropic Thunder,
He
Robert Downey
didn't,
Jr.
he didn't even like have a. It wasn't even like
blood
blackface. Yeah.
flavored corn
Some of
syrup.
them he's like, what does it say? He's like, I'm pretty enough to you can ignore titties.
Yeah. He's like, I'm pretty, but I ain't pretty enough that you're just gonna ignore titties on the screen. Like, what? Gary Oldman is yes, he hits
epic.
all the marks.
All right, well, now that we're off of that, now that we're off of you can't kill a baby, no way, no how. What else?
Fucking kill the baby.
No, you can't. If you
Kill
just
them,
leave
kill
it in
them
the car
fucking
for 5
babies.
hours,
Shit.
it's fine.
Kill them, baby.
No,
Fuck.
what's that
Fuck
guy?
them.
That guy who they
I'm just
freaking
kidding.
arrested and he's been in jail, and they finally came for leaving his kid in the car while he was at work all day. His like 2-year-old, I think 2-year-old son it was, left him in the car all fucking day. He just got off on that. He spent time in jail for it, but you know, just until he had to finish his court date.
You were,
Because that will help.
You were
Just
explaining.
put him in jail. That will help a lot.
you were explaining the story to me, and it was something to the effect of he was supposed to drop the kid off at daycare.
Yeah.
So he goes straight past daycare, goes to like a convenience store or some bullshit.
No,
He goes
okay,
to
nope,
work.
no. So
Okay,
I'll tell you the story. He is on his way to work. He stops at Chick-fil-A to get him and his kid breakfast. And in the amount of time it took him to get to his job, he forgot to drop his kid off at the daycare, which all of it was within like a 10, 15-mile vicinity of each other. All of it was that fucking close. Chick-fil-A, the daycare, and his job. So he goes into work and he leaves his kid in the car all fucking day. And then he goes on a lunch break with his homies and goes out and eats and then gets like a light bulb from the hardware store or something and comes back, and on the camera they see him walk to the car on his lunch break, throw the fucking light in the car and go back to work. Didn't notice his kid in the back of the fucking car still, and went back inside. And the whole day they said his records on his phone showed that he had been sexting a woman that was not his wife. So he was having like multiple
Oh
affairs.
no!
Yeah,
Oh
he was
no!
having
It
multiple affairs.
wasn't.
The prosecution was like, this nigga was in here like trying to get his dick sucked all damn day while his kid was frying in the fucking car. And they were like, and the jury was like, that's crazy. We innocent. So yeah, but he comes back out from lunch and dropping the light off, and then after he gets off work, he gets in the car to go home, and then he stops at like a convenience store on the way home and calls 911. Like, oh shit, I got bacon in the back. Like,
whoever has known a child to be that damn quiet for that goddamn long.
No. My daughter was like a fucking little tiny baby bird and didn't make a peep, and I still, like, I left her in the car for like 2 seconds one time when I just like walked in the house from getting to the store and getting groceries, and then I went back outside like, oh fuck, I got a baby, that's right, and went back to the car and got her. So it was like, I don't know, 5 minutes, but she totally survived it just fine. But I think that's an acceptable.
I got stuck in an elevator for 18 hours when I was 5 years old.
Holy shit, that's fucking. I have bad claustrophobia.
Fucking hours. I was just, I mean, I wasn't freaking out or nothing. I'm just sitting
you.
there. Like 18 fucking hours took them to get me out of there. Yeah, my parents left me alone when I was fucking 3 years old. Never no nanny or nothing.
That's not even a latchkey, baby. That's
my dad was a soccer player, and my mom was going to university and working full time. So that would fucking leave me home alone since I was a fucking baby.
Yeah, you probably like could make
my whole life.
You could probably make like a full course meal at that point, and he could.
I started cooking when I was like fucking 4 years old.
You could probably chop down wood and make your own fucking fire at that age, dude. I'm not surprised.
No,
leaving you alone
on the 9th floor the fucking apartment complex, 9th floor, and they lock me in the fucking apartment and go to work for like 8-9 hours. They're gone.
Fuck? You're 3
4 years old. Oh fuck
yeah, I would have died if I would have just like.
And back there it was legal, you know, it was Soviet Union.
That is insane. But
yeah.
So moral of the story is.
No Disney Channel or nothing.
There's no moral.
Prices of hangers are about to go up.
Engine.
The hangers, man.
Jesus Christ.
But yeah, that was a fucking horrible story. That dude got off on that shit. You want to know who else got off with only 2 years? Michael Jackson's killer. That was 13 years ago. Yesterday.
His doctor.
13 years ago that Michael Jackson was murdered.
I forgot all about that, honestly.
I could never forget. I never knew the story to the degree that I knew it from watching that new documentary that came out over the weekend. Like, it just came out 2 days ago. It's from Real Stories, and it just interviews the investigators of the who investigated his death and like got all the evidence and shit. And oh my goodness, can I say scandalous?
I remember you telling me about this documentary, to which I find very off because this is all coming from the perspective of the cops.
It is, and I mean...
And if there's one faction of human beings that I can never trust, it's the fucking cops.
Which is fair, but I still thought it was... I watched it for you guys. Let's just say that,
Thank you. Because I wasn't going to.
Because,
I'm trying to think fairly of them, of cops. It's hard not to fucking be prejudiced against them, but we gotta realize they're fucking the same people as us. They're part of the society just like us.
I mean,
but it's so hard to treat them as equals after the way they fucking treat us.
And I agree with you, but it was.
But we gotta get over it. You know?
I refuse to get over it. As soon as I found out about those challenge coins that they make, when they make an accomplishment that they seem praiseworthy, they make challenge coins and distribute it throughout their department. They have challenge coins of every fucked up racist thing they've ever done, and they're proud of it. They have challenge coins for the George Floyd thing. They have.
Sure they do.
Yeah, so I will not be getting over a goddamn.
No, I mean, don't get me wrong. I think they're.
But you cannot sweep them all under the same fucking thing. It's just not that black and white.
I am not going to sweep. I am not going to sweep every white person under a racist rug. I am going to sweep every cop under a rug because you have to apply for and then train to be a cop, get into the department, find out how fucked up they are, and accept it.
And at
to
any
stay
moment,
in that position.
and
So
at
yes,
any moment, you have the
all of
opportunity to
them.
quit. You could always. It's easy to
Life-
not be a cop.
life
You can
is-
quit.
Well, either fucking
Life
way,
is a
I'm going to
bitch,
talk
dude,
about
you
this
know?
anyway. So fuck how you guys feel about cops.
Yeah,
Because
fuck y'all
I
anyways.
thought it was tastefully done. It was like 98% tolerable. If even somebody who like I got dismissed from court because when they asked me how I felt about cops, I said I feel like it's an organization that was built in racism and has not been reformed from the beginning time.
So now,
And I don't feel like they are trustworthy because they have been
That's how they were
generationally
built.
trained with the same curriculum.
How it was started.
And they dismissed me immediately. Okay, thank you. And I was because that's what the trial was about, and they didn't pick me. Everyone looked at me like that was a very intelligent answer. I'm like, yes, because I am black. Yes, you know, like
I can
what?
articulate.
So they were all surprised, but yeah, everyone was shocked and dismissed the shit out of me. But either way, I liked the fucking documentary. It shocked me, and I felt very distressed throughout the entire thing once they gave out all the details for everything. Let me put my notes real quick because I'm ready.
No,
I mean, don't you think that some cops become cops for the right reasons?
And they
you
were
know?
advocating that.
Some of them will start off for the right reasons. But
For
that
the
doesn't
right
mean-
reasons.
Doesn't mean that their
No,
job won't eventually
No,
corrupt.
I refuse to. I'll put it this way: you guys ever see? Was it? I think it's Snake Eyes with Nicolas Cage,
Yes.
where he's a dirty cop in Las Vegas doing like the wildest shit going down, and all of a sudden he decides to have a conscience and do the right thing at the end, and it completely ruins his life.
Yes.
I think that's every fucking cop.
That's fair.
I think that's every goddamn cop.
Yeah,
out there.
because look at that story of that freaking black dude who was a cop and went on like a mass shooting after he got out of the force because he was
Yeah.
fucking tripping over everything.
Yeah, because there was wild now. But again, back to Michael Jackson.
Either
There
way.
are good people
Well,
in police.
like I
I
said,
believe so.
I
I believe in good in humanity in every aspect of it.
There's
you
a
know,
few
there is good.
exceptions in every category.
Well,
yes.
like I've
Yeah,
told
I'm pretty
my
sure
daughter
there's a
for
Klansman who's a great guy, but you know what he doesn't like? Me.
But like I've
I mean, come on, it's unfair to compare.
It's like I've
you
told my
know,
daughter
it's-
for years. There are
I mean, I hate fucking
individuals
cops.
who are
Believe me,
gonna
I
be
do
in a
hate
good
them with a
place.
passion.
But the problem is the job itself
I've been through the
dictates that
system.
they have to
I
be
fucking hate it.
the boot on on society's neck. That is
Yeah.
the job. That is what it was created for, and that's what they do.
They're goons.
Even if they are good people, they could be
They're goons.
perfect
They're hard
angels.
guns.
The
Yeah.
job itself was crafted to be negative,
Mhm.
and that I can't respect.
Either way, I thought it was tastefully done. The only thing that really
She's
annoyed
like,
me.
yeah, fuck
She's
y'all.
like, what are you
Michael
talking about, Michael Jackson?
Yeah, they all embraced in the end, like, yeah, we're brothers, and I was like, gay, but that was about like it that I really couldn't stand.
Gay in a bad way.
They they were advocating that he did not get the guy who ended up killing him, the doctor who fucking gave him this overdose, that he didn't get enough time. They charged him with manslaughter instead of murder too, which after looking at all the evidence, there's no way that it shouldn't have been negligence. And he only got charged with 4 years and had done 2 in jail, so he got out like.
So he's just like,
already.
whoopsie.
Yep. It wasn't even like
There's so many layers to that tragic story, you know, so many, you know.
there is. And
Substance abuse is part of it, too.
exactly,
Yeah.
100%.
So,
And you know who
Oh,
doesn't
yeah.
understand that?
You.
Fucking cops. No, I'm sorry. I'll leave it alone. I'll leave it alone. I'll leave it
You
alone.
I mean, fuck. I mean, again, you're preaching to a choir. I fucking hate cops, believe me. But
Cops know
I'm
how
not
to
gonna
abuse
say they
substances. There
all
are laws that allow
fucking
them to.
pieces of shit. There's
Yeah.
some good people everywhere.
True.
People are good in their nature.
True.
It's the fucking outside world that shapes them wrongly. But
environment changes
people in their nature are good. Everyone is good, strives to be good, strives to love and be loved. That's what
I mean,
is
even
our
serial killers
nature.
have a wife and kids
All right.
half the time, so that's fair.
Serial
but-
killers get dates in jail, and fuck you, Roger. Stop that.
Oh, I didn't even see you.
Of course, Roger's in there walling out. Roger's
Serial
being
killers
Yeah,
are
no,
rock stars in
So
jail.
they released like photographic evidence, like all the pictures that they took throughout the case during this documentary, and they also just released details about the case that had never been released before. And when they gave out the intimate details of the situation, it was heartbreaking. Like I teared up. I felt really bad about it just seeing like Michael Jackson's private room and how it fucking looked. The photographs that they took of where this man slept every fucking night. That shit really hurt my feelings because I'm like, what the fuck has this man been through, and what kind of person?
What,
is
did he
that?
have a bunch of like Greek murder on his walls? What are you
No,
talking about?
he had
He
like
had
like
babies
literally
all over,
all
all
over
over-
the fucking place,
all
yo.
over.
I showed you the
It's just
pictures of it.
An eerie number of
Yeah, but
babies.
Son, see,
You know, talking about fucked up things that cops done. Remember the Good Samaritan last year in the fucking Arvada who disarmed the fucking shooter who killed 2 fucking cops who got shot by cops? Talking about fucked up shit that cops did. That is the most fucked up shit in a while.
I don't know. Yes. But no, I agree with you 100%.
Remember that Good Samaritan was a year
He's
since
like,
his
I
death.
saved a life. He comes like, fuck you. Yeah, I remember that.
You saved your life, but we're still taking you.
But no, but
Yeah.
she's trying to say how crazy and fucked up Michael Jackson's mindset was because he had all kinds of pictures of like babies with spoons, and I'm like, that's every white woman's Instagram. How are you going to say that
No,
he's mentally disturbed,
it's
but
different
not
now.
fucking Ashley?
No, fuck that. It's different from you being like, I have a fucking kid and my mother is my identity and this is who I am. And then being Michael Jackson, who's like, you know,
A father of 3.
a
The
father
guy.
of 3, but they're not pictures of his fucking kids.
We don't know that.
Oh, I know that. I've seen what his children look like.
All right,
Dude.
somebody put a spoon in Paris Jackson's mouth right now, and let's compare these guys.
Those children on his posters were whiter than fuck.
Yeah.
Okay? They were
So
not
are his children.
No, they're not. They're way darker.
They are
Whiter.
soggy fucking toast. They got a ugly hand, just like fucking Trump.
Soggy toast.
Don't you fucking try to convince me.
Yeah, but those blonde hair, blue eyed babies staring up at him from his fucking, you know.
Gaga.
He was
I'm
a
just
strange
saying,
person.
the picture
yeah,
is
man.
real sus.
Well, and how dirty the room was compared to the rest of the house. Like, it was so disorganized. I mean, he had music stuff everywhere, posters, CDs, like pictures of himself just plastered everywhere. And like the room that he was staying in was like completely like fucking hoarder style, but the rest of the house was like empty and like really pretty set up and like looked like like you have a butler walking through and shit. And it was just weird, the contrast to see like what was behind the locked door. You know, it's just like, I wanted to say I didn't expect that, but I'm not surprised. I'm just sad.
You know, Roger brings up something interesting because he said a son from the Duggar family is in prison for child porn. Big surprise, but why has it been so fucking quiet since Epstein's girlfriend, you know? Why have we gotten anything?
Because
Or Bill Cosby being convicted
because
too
it's
for
too serious,
what?
man. Because
Twice.
it's too serious. There's some serious fucking people involved in that. That's why you're never gonna hear nothing about it.
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
that's fair.
it's a little sus. Again, we're still
That
we're
one's off the radar.
we're
'cause it
bringing up
touches
we're bringing
real
up a
shit.
dead man.
That stuff, that's a very serious shit.
And I agree with you.
Uh,
Like they didn't even make her
beyond
trial public.
fucking.
They didn't even make her trial public because of what could be unfolded. They wanted to screen that shit and leak what is going to be put out and controlled instead of having that shit live.
Because
There's
they're
no fucking
covering
way.
their fucking asses.
They're covering
Those
their own
pieces
asses,
of
yeah.
shit, elite motherfuckers covering their own asses. That's what they do. They're just covering their own fucking asses. Because
I
they're
agree.
all dirty. They're all
That's all
fucking
they ever
involved
do.
in that shit.
So
all
that
the
makes me-
all they ever
pedophile fucking cult motherfuckers.
Not
ugh.
Tom Hanks.
They
Not
all
Woody.
are.
Woody.
There's a
Jay-Z,
snake in my
Beyonce, all of them.
food. Oh yeah.
Like,
So when was this this documentary released
For what?
for the Michael Jackson thing?
Oh, like 2 days ago.
We're hearing about a man that passed over a decade ago now,
13 years ago, and so when
but
they,
we're not hearing shit from something that happened like last year.
this has been like all that shit with them has been
It's
within
a
the
little
last
weird
like
to me.
5-7 years that it's been going on. Way more recent than that. But
Like,
I still care that 5 gallons worth of Propanol was purchased towards Michael Jackson's like overdose. 5 fucking gallons. Can you even drink a gallon of water in a day?
fucking Roger asked why he hears an invisible Russian.
you can butt chug it.
Because he's off camera.
You can butt chug your water. You can still drown from that.
Oh, you can drown from butt chugging?
If
Oh
you
my
butt
God,
chug
yeah,
hard,
because
you can drown
Listen,
like I don't
so
know.
I don't
Alcohol
know. You
poisoning
don't
is a
know.
real
You
thing.
probably
You
never
know,
like.
water
You
poisoning.
probably never like put a fucking tampon up your butt or something like people.
Never.
No,
No, I
okay.
haven't.
You haven't.
Is that surprising?
They are
Is it shocking?
literally literally, like, girls will dip their tampons in alcohol and stick them inside them, and you process it through your vagina or through your butt. And guys do it to get drunk.
I used to put a lot of drugs up my ass.
Yeah.
I did
We
it before, yeah.
watched Jackass with
Feel like that was
butt
Tuesday.
No, the thing is your body
No,
processes it
but-
differently through your butt than it does
Yeah,
through
It
your
goes
mouth.
straight to your
Obviously.
bloodstream.
Fucks you
Yes.
up.
It goes
It
straight
doesn't
to your
process
bloodstream.
through
Yep.
organs like
No
it does
liver,
when you
kidney,
ingest it.
gallbladder,
It
filter
just
system.
goes
Just straight
directly
in.
into your
Okay,
bloodstream.
but hear
so
me
you get
out.
Fucked up.
Fuck all that you're saying. You can
Booty
drown
bumps.
from your butt.
Yes,
Booty
if you
bumps.
like butt chug, because if you think about it, like if you're swallowing from your mouth, you're processing things a
If
specific
you think
way.
about it,
But if
you'll...
you're just going through the butt, it doesn't have the same processing, and you can fucking drown ingesting it. Of course, you can drown from your butt.
You know what this sounds like? A job for our resident mad scientist.
like a
Dick.
challenge.
Yes.
You know what it sounds like? Like a challenge.
I got some Vaseline and some hose. And
No.
and we got some mead.
This ain't the Mythbusters.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
No.
I'll be a bystander on this one.
Water poisoning is a
I
real thing.
Roger, you don't shut your damn
No,
mouth.
because people get
bystander.
people get poisoned by putting like these fucking tampons inside them too. Like you can fucking overdose so easy putting things in your fucking
butt
even your
compared to-
nose,
yeah.
your fucking vagina, your butt, ingesting them that way. Always there's a risk of it going to your bloodstream and fucking your world up.
Even smoking can be an issue. The
True.
human body was made to consume through the mouth and the enzymes and pass all the filter systems, not just.
Yep. Or
So
or
you
just
cannot
railing that
butt
shit.
chug
Yeah.
stuff.
You're not. I mean,
No,
you
you
can't.
should not.
You can
You
butt
can.
chug.
Doesn't mean you're
Broke
Like,
my
fucking-
fucking heart.
It's gonna be
My whole paradigm is down
Okay,
now.
look, I feel like if you just do
Like,
like
you taking half of my
Yeah.
drugs.
if you're just doing like a few milliliters of an enema, you're fine, you know. But
So there is a method to the
yes,
madness.
exactly. You have to do it in moderation so your body can process it like a little bit at a fucking time. Don't poison yourself that fast, bro. Come
Right?
on. Like take it slow.
Moderation.
Okay?
Yeah.
Right.
I don't
The
like the
tip
fact,
of the time.
I don't like the fact that she's really trying to redefine back shots right now.
Little by little. It's
Like you don't chug it, you just take a shot.
just
Yeah.
sips. Just sips.
Yes.
In a way. In a way.
Oh, damn.
By the
We
way,
will
if you want to know
never
what
see
we're
back
drinking.
shots.
No, Roger, I will not be chugging mead through my butt.
I was about to say, Roger, you know, we're drinking the cherry mead that we made, and that shit is freaking bomb. It's my favorite right now. We've made like blueberry, cherry, orange, but this cherry one
Yeah,
isn't gonna last long.
Roger, it will rust your nipple rings.
It
Be
is
careful.
amazing. I've
Just
drank-
one shot.
Nipple
man.
rings?
I had to take mine
The
out,
crowd-
bro.
the
How
crowd
do you
has
live that
spoken.
life?
Roger
Like
has
when
spoken.
it's cold and you're walking
You
from
must
your
entertain
car.
him.
If you literally are cold and walking from your car with nipple rings in, like that shit will change. You feel
That
alive.
sounds scary.
I
Like,
It's like,
had,
how
I had it.
fucking
I had
cold
it
is
why
for
it?
would
the
you live in
longer
How
part of my
fucking-
life,
how
you
fucking
know.
cold?
It's like,
No.
How fucking cold the metal
Ouch.
gets when you're walking just from the house to the car.
My ears
Yeah.
get super
Bro,
cold in the
I-
winter,
Ugh.
yeah.
it'd be
can't
like
do it.
-4.
Yo,
You got that
that
directly
shit-
in your nipple.
it's like-
Fucking
I
hate
couldn't do
it.
I couldn't do it.
No, you want to know the coldest I've ever been in my fucking life? So I had cervical cancer issues for a while.
For those who don't know, the invisible Russian did just flash his nipple rings.
Yes, he did.
Just so you're- just so
I've ever been with my life. Like I fucking had to get surgery to like cauterize some cancerous cells on my cervix, right?
Mhm.
From and in order for them to not get too far cancerous that it's a problem. So they did hot cauterization and there's cold cauterization, and they did the cold method for me, which means that they took it and froze my shit
And
to
then broke it off.
and then broke it off, and they didn't give me any type of like painkillers, nothing. Like
Ooh.
I was fucking frozen on the inside, and they just like chipped that shit off, and I threw up like
Oh
it
my
was
God, like,
fucking
take this, you
horrible.
black bitch.
Oh my god! I'm like, can I have like can I even have like an 800 ibuprofen? He's like, we can give you a little bit of Tylenol. I'm like, oh my god! I didn't even get like the drugs
They put
cut with Tylenol.
12 staples in my fucking head and they gave me a Tylenol pill.
Fuck
I was
you,
like,
bro.
I was pissed, you know, because they're like, we gotta shave your head. And I had long hair like this
I mean,
long.
and it's your head,
Like,
but it's the
I
outside.
said,
of
you're
you.
not
This shit
shaving
was-
my head. I'm going home.
That's
He's like,
what I'm
okay,
saying.
well,
This
we'll
shit
do
was
it without
inside
it. So they didn't give me no anesthesia, nothing. Put 12 fucking staples in my head. and gave me a fucking Tylenol pill.
I'm right there with you, bro. Did you just freeze off a part of my
12
inside and
fucking
then just send me on
staples,
my way?
From here to here was
No.
fucking cut open like this.
I was cold the
That's
whole
called a
day.
voucher.
Jesus Christ.
I fucking threw up all over the operation room because I was so cold and it was so fucking painful to have this.
Damn.
Oh my god, that shit just chipping off. Oh my god.
I mean,
Jesus Christ.
Ouch.
American healthcare is a joke. I'm telling you
They
that.
think that this is the country
American
you wanna be in.
healthcare has no therapy. No therapy. Only
Bars.
fucking extreme measures.
Fucking bars.
Only surgery.
No, the only time that there's
surgery and
therapy,
drugs. No therapy at
the
all.
only time therapy is involved is if you want to get an abortion. That's it.
Yeah.
Are you sure you want to fuck this up for everybody else?
What
That's the only
therapy?
thing
They're
I'm
gonna
saying.
hold your hand? Like, what the fuck therapy is talking
not only
about?
that,
No. There is hormone therapy for those who don't want to be what they were born.
I mean, true.
Oh,
you know-
yeah,
you know what?
sure.
That's like the instance where that freaking judge like ruled that this child had to have a baby because they weren't old enough to
Roger,
like
shut up.
old enough to have an abortion. I'm like, so give the person who you feel like is not old enough and responsible enough to be able to handle an abortion a fucking baby.
Yeah,
That
yeah,
makes
exactly.
that
You're not
makes
old
more
enough to
sense.
have an abortion, but you're old enough to have a fucking
baby,
child.
yes.
Responsible for it.
Can you make macaroni and cheese on your own yet?
responsible.
Well, here's a fucking baby. Learn it for both of y'all right now. Like
For
what?
real.
You're not
Well,
old
we-
enough to
fucking
buy
phone.
whiskey, but you're old enough to die for your country.
you haven't been
Like, shit like that.
The
You know,
American
like
way.
little things like that.
No, I mean,
your
the
mom still
details.
washes your laundry and folds your socks. Here's
Yeah.
a baby.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, well, you know, sometimes stepmother gets stuck in the dryer,
Oh
so
my
you
God.
know, babies happen. No, but just
I've seen them short films about stepmother getting stuck in places.
No.
stepmothers. I tell you.
Stepmothers.
That is the stickiest jelly I have ever seen.
Stepmothers.
No, but to just to go off of what Dex was saying, again,
I don't like it.
everybody knows my stance. Again, I am not a LGBTQ ally. I'm just not an opponent. But one of the things that I was discussing like earlier this week was if they start covering with insurance people's like gender affirming medications and surgeries like that, I will back that only if they start covering penile implants.
Like, yeah.
No, what
like,
about them start covering fucking dental or
That'd
fucking
be cool.
visual?
And also,
How about that? You know, there's simple things like fucking dental.
No.
Start covering dental, and then we'll talk about doing the hormone fucking therapy that we're paying for. Let's start with dental. How about that? You know, that
fair.
fucking
I
makes
have
sense,
to-
doesn't it?
Fair, man. You're asking to be like right. That's not.
No, we gotta.
He's asking to be right.
How about we start with fucking dental?
No,
That's
or-
a pressing issue.
It's too close to correct.
Oh, yeah.
or surgery to
Yeah.
have
What?
sterilization reversed.
Like,
That's not always covered
hold up,
by
hold up. So
insurance,
Roger said,
but
wish,
it's also like a sexual
Vasectomy.
therapy. You know, I mean,
So-
sexual.
Roger just said, wish they made some male birth control. They did. It's called child support. And you see, it doesn't work.
No, they actually did have tests for male birth control, but
See-
it caused like it had side effects like cramping and stuff, and they felt like the side effects were too severe for men. Oh, I'm sorry. Did you? Oh,
Why
You have a little
would
bit of-
you eat
have a little bit of
hormones?
yeah.
You know, just pull out,
Well, I mean,
motherfucker! What the fuck?
Personally,
Yeah, but they expect us to do it all the fucking time. to
Yeah,
control
no,
it, yeah.
which is not fucking okay either. I mean, I'm all for vasectomy. Vasectomy is the shit. You know that's
I was trying to
But again,
make
that
up.
should be covered. That
Yeah.
should be
Yes,
covered by my
exactly.
insurance.
I agree.
that should be
Yeah.
covered. Yeah, exactly. And that should be fucking done to everyone. And you should get licensed to get a fucking child.
I was trying to make.
You should be
legislation
fucking
for
fit to have a
late-term
fucking
abortion.
baby. You know, like it's crazy.
I figured 96
Well,
months
you
is
know
enough time to
emotional
figure out if the
intelligence
kid's going to be
isn't
worth it or not. But that's just my personal opinion.
Dex is advocating for
It's
96
important,
months.
though. You gotta
birth-
be
or,
late
fucking
abortion.
suitable
Abortion.
parents.
A late term abortion.
It's 96 months. You got to
But
see if this
what's
kid's
the-
going to work out.
What's the criteria for aborting it?
Well, look here for all of you just pull out. Sometimes the
Oh,
Kirby
96.
effect is too strong. All right.
The Hoover maneuver.
Oh, believe preaching to the choir.
You know,
There's some people who don't believe in said techniques.
I'm just saying, when they open their legs and you find out that they are herbivores, you can't always, go around that. These things happen. You can't always just, run away. until, you know.
I mean, I guess good birth control is having
Nowhere
the
to run.
cockhold guy there to catch it in his mouth because it was his wife.
Oh,
that you
Jesus
were-
Christ.
Ew. Ew.
Just to have Devin suck it out.
You kissed your daughter with that mouth? Come on.
Only before I brushed.
Right. You're gross.
Mustard.
Oh, God. Roger says he loves to
Oh,
soak like the Mormons. Have you guys ever been asked to do that?
What?
Soak. Because the Mormons believe that the insertion is not sin. It's the motion, the reinsertion. That's the sin. So you
What
just
a soak.
you insert and you just sit. You don't move.
Oh yeah, when I'm trying not to bust.
That is a prolonging
That's a
technique.
bit too
that is-
hasty.
That is iron body training.
That is not the. That is a finisher. Stop.
Because you know, like what was it? Street Fighter 3, the strongest Hadouken that Ryu has. You have to just keep holding it.
Yeah.
Until it becomes the most powerful.
No, doctor. Oh.
Oh, you know what? Just
Made of steel.
And then you just look like Grogu. Just. Oh.
I like how she came back and she's just like vehemently eating the sausage, ignoring the microphone.
Right.
Just,
It's just like y'all don't hear that shit.
she's like, no.
I'll be back on just a second.
Oh, you know what? The other day, this woman ate this edible that I'm still gonna call him my father-in-law because I love the guy. He's a great guy.
He's pretty great.
But he got these edibles and it was like what, elderberry or something like that?
Huckleberry.
Huckleberry.
Oh shit.
And so she eats this edible, and then she comes out of the bathroom, and I was like, the way your eyes look right now, that is cultural appropriation, and I will not stand for that shit.
So you
Yeah.
got the story wrong because you said I ate 1, ate 3.
Oh.
Like,
Now we're getting to the meat of it.
everything she saw was in 16:9.
It's a great number, man.
It's a great
Like, yeah, she
number.
was all fucked up.
Wow.
Everything was in-
369 are the most important numbers. 369.
Yeah, I know where you're getting with the Nikola Tesla thing, but this also sounds like
Well-
a description of your last weekend. 369s.
You've been too fucking nice to me.
Well, no, he's not being nice to you.
My life is not that fabulous.
I think this is his way of apologizing for sicking a rabid animal on you the other day.
Oof. Oof.
We're not going to mention any names.
She showed me things.
What, you didn't?
No, no,
Wait, hold
nobody,
the phone. Wait
nobody
a
will do
fucking
that.
minute.
Nobody will do that, except for this guy.
I might.
I mean,
Believe me, I'm not ruling that out.
she seems Cocoa for Cocoa Puffs, and I hear that is an experience, so.
She's
That's
cute.
how you pull a muscle.
She's
We're
cute.
too old for that shit.
She's cute, yeah.
Sure.
Just-
Yeah, okay.
She was nice to me.
All I can say is
I like cute girls. I like girls.
women that have been ran through by friends or family just look like the bottom of tennis shoes to me. I can't do it. I will not agree that she is cute. I will not say
It's a
she's
very
ugly. She's just-
specific statement. Bottom of tennis shoes. Like, wow.
Look,
Bird shit.
I ain't never seen.
Gum.
I have never seen the bottom of a Reebok that made me bust through my zipper. That's
Oh,
all
that-
I'm saying.
that never inspired you?
Oh, look at that Converse. No, never happened.
Yeah.
But they're not on my feet. They look nice.
Not on my dick either. No.
I like the way they look, but they're
Not
very
even with a
narrow.
dick in them.
But all I'm gonna say
They're
is
very narrow.
a certain scientist in here is a specific kind of evil to have a curse and just try to throw it at somebody like a goddamn grenade.
Yeah, that's fair. 'cause
Wait. There's a lot out of context here. Let's pull some things back together. First off, if it's a curse, it has to be accepted and received. You can't just throw it.
Yeah, which is why he's
Secondly,
saying.
You gotta be a woman to fucking curse somebody, honestly. Men are not capable of it. They're
You
not
gotta
thorough
have-
enough.
You have to have a certain
We're
type
weak.
of
We're
mother
weak.
power.
Women are fucking stronger than men.
Look,
I
They
was
are.
enforcing
Believe me,
and
they are.
nurturing a potential
Okay.
friendship.
let's put it this way. He didn't try to curse you. He just threw his brony jar in your room.
There was no
and luckily the lid
throwing.
did not come off.
Like a fucking
There
grenade.
was no throwing or
All right, softball.
Sounds like the sorority fucking shit.
walking or
It's like it ain't fun unless the homies get
Ew.
some.
Like, look, if this doesn't taste like James Balsack, I want none of it. That
Mm.
is fucking weird.
Man, taste again.
I
Yo, like that fucking video that you posted or you showed it to me where that girl was talking about how she went and like while her man was sleeping next, she got up out of bed from her man and had sex
Oh my
with
God.
her ex and he fucking cream pied her and she came back and her man wanted to have sex and she let him eat her out and he was like, "This is the best you've ever tasted," and she was like,
Damn good, he tastes
Oh,
like
God.
pistachio ice cream.
"Yep."
You know, he was just like gobbling that shit up and loving it.
Diabolical. Fucking diabolical
Like-
shit there. You know?
Like that.
God.
And and when he murders her, you wonder why.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, she didn't even like have like a courtesy squat afterwards in the alley.
You couldn't even bidet that shit. Just like rinse it up real quick. Like
He was just
God.
like, oh yeah, let me get them
Fucking
spaghetti.
man, douche that fucking shit. Douche it up. What the fuck?
I thought it needed like 3 months to
so
clear out.
fucked up. That's what I just so.
I don't-
Yeah,
She
that
was
everyone with
proud
the
of that
stains.
She was fucking proud of that shit.
Yeah, she was like, and he ate me out and got
Mhm.
an extra value meal out of it.
She's like, and I squirted on that. No.
Well, oh my god, it was. And you wonder why murder happened.
I was fucking hurt for the guy. I was
No.
like, damn.
That's
No.
horrible.
I mean,
Could be worse.
Yeah, it
You
could
know? I mean, it's kind of shitty,
Yeah.
but come on, it could be worse.
He could have volunteered.
Yeah, he could have directly came in your mouth. You didn't have to go through her. You're right. It could have been worse.
so you say you should have like snuck the boyfriend
I
through
mean,
the
if
window.
you're into it, why not, I guess. But
I think I've seen those videos too. But still, that is just weird as shit. That
Some
is,
people are like turned on by that shit, but hey, teach their own.
no, I mean, I remember just one time I'm just sitting there.
spoiled people
people are
with too
turned
much
on-
money and time
Well,
get
people are
turned on by
getting
the
their balls stomped on.
stupid shit. Yeah.
Not me.
Well, all right, let's go around the room and see when the time that porn has catfished you into something you didn't want. I was sitting there minding my business as a young man, just, just playing my Donkey Kong drums. And after he blew his load, she got up, grabbed the strap on, and like returned it back to him. And I'm just like, this is not what I signed up for.
I'm
not gonna
It's an
stop.
interesting turn of events.
It's like, look, I'm not going to stop what I'm doing, but I don't approve of this.
But
Like, this is not what I came here
I'm not a
for.
quitter. But
That's the thing. I'm not going to give up.
I'm not
I'm
a
already
quitter. My mom didn't raise a quitter.
That's the most American thing you can do is finish to her giving it to that man. He's all,
Oh yeah.
and I'm sorry, but it's
Finish regardless.
like, and I do honestly
I'm
think,
gonna just pound through it.
and after hearing a man grunt after getting like pegged is kind of one of those orientation affirming situations because there's nothing sexy about, it's like, this is wrong. I'm gonna just mute it. And I'm gonna go back to work.
You wanna hear? You wanna hear a real life story?
Yes,
So
of course I do.
I used to know that girl. So her boyfriend cheated on her,
Mm-hmm.
and she fucking fucked him in the ass with a dildo. She took a video of it. She sent it to all of us.
Oh.
And exactly, that's what he was saying. He was
I would have just broke
big ass,
Oh,
dude.
I
That
don't know what
wasn't a
happened,
small
but-
dildo, too.
Yo, I hope that he does. But that exhale upon
He
insertion
sounded
is real.
uncomfortable.
I'm sorry, but it's like
If you clench upon insertion, you're suffering, bro. You gotta breathe out. You gotta get that out. Exhale on
Go with the
flow.
flow.
That's my best tip to you.
that's my band name now.
I'll never have to use it, but
Exhale
thank
upon
you.
insertion. Yes.
Hell,
Appreciate the knowledge.
It's a lifesaver.
You're welcome, bro.
All I'm gonna say is, if my male
Oh.
friends come to me with a problem, they're crying, I'm gonna understand. I don't ever want to hear your pagan. I will never respect you again.
Just know all you have to tell them is that to use butt paste.
Whatever floats your boat, man, you know?
No, whatever floats your boat. I
Whatever
just don't
tickles
wanna-
your fancy.
I just don't want to hear it.
You think I'm kidding?
Right.
I just don't want to hear
It's
it.
literally called butt paste. It's like a cream that they use on babies for whenever they have like rashes from pooping too much. And I learned it from the gays.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, I
They
mean-
use it on their booties because they need like relief because that's how they have sex. And like it was a gay tip that I had heard somewhere in the past from actually my gay dead uncle was the one who passed it on to me. That if you have a sore butthole from too much penetration, going in and out, whether either way, butt paste is
So basically, I
good
learned.
stuff.
So from what I learned from Dex, whip
your
is what
ass
I
in
learned
butt.
from you.
You know.
Butt paste.
Yep.
Everything you need to be artificially gay. There you go.
So all right, yeah, let's hear.
Hmm.
Me and Art have shared, Dex. It is your turn. When have you been catfished by X videoed or X hamster?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I mean, there's so many times. I just know.
They don't do it a lot. Don't you look at big butt Brazilians? You're gonna have a time.
There is some. I mean, there was a time when I had looked up a Brazilian. I was like, yeah, Brazilians are supposed to have big butts.
I actually have a great story. So.
And then
Results in a
like,
cuff.
Oh, my favorite porn star is the Brazilian
two chicks.
Brazilian tranny.
One of them wasn't.
She died a while back, but she is my favorite porn star for sure.
I'm sorry. So you said that you
Porn is
Googled
awesome.
Brazilians.
Big butt, and I seen like, oh yeah, this scene's gonna be hot. It's two chicks. Yeah, this is totally gonna be. Whoa, where'd that come from? Why is it bigger than mine? And she is giving it to her. Holy shit!
And she's taking it all.
I did finish watching the DVD, but
Out of
I-
This
curiosity.
was like 2 hours. He said.
I was
3 feet.
disturbed.
That's the whole thing. It's like for scientific purposes. I did this for you.
We've already established the value of not quitting. Okay?
Okay.
Okay.
Well, I quit on mine because my story is that
No excuses, buttholes. The same shit.
no, my story is that I tried to watch ethical porn.
Oh,
And yes,
Ethical porn.
which is like what they consider porn that doesn't like degrade women and doesn't like it's like supposed to be how sex is supposed to be in real life.
so
That
he's
shit was
asking for
fuck-
consent.
Yeah, exactly.
There's
Yeah.
no
Yes.
limit
Would you like to
for it.
consent?
And-
What the
So
fuck is
there's-
it supposed to be in real
some-
life?
some
You know,
people-
Oral and anal sex.
No.
How's sex supposed to be
No,
in real
there-
life?
How do you feel about missionary for 10 minutes? Oh, Lordy Jesus, yes.
My favorite.
Okay, it was boring as shit. I couldn't get through it, so I couldn't watch. But I am a big advocate for.
You found
should
Mormon
not
porn?
Think that, huh?
You found Mormon porn.
No, it was just called ethical porn. That women. It was like a women-owned company of porn, and it was
Porn
like
for
super
Christians?
romantic. And there was the script actually made sense sometimes a little bit, but the sex was just.
They
like,
had a script that made sense.
yeah.
Same
It-
fucking
Well, actually,
thing.
Porn did not have sensible
Fuck
scripts.
Look, you know.
The lighting was great. Though.
That's why you couldn't finish watching it. It had a storyline.
Mm.
Well, wait. Let's.
84.
And the sex is
There
very
you go.
Storyline,
The
84.
sex is
They
very
had-
polite.
yeah.
The
Fuck
sex
yeah.
is very
Just the
polite,
best.
consensual. No, for me, like the kind of porn that I like
I
to
grew
watch
up on
is
that shit.
a little. My preference is more like if there's fucking nails being pushed through somebody's shit, then I'm like, okay, this is for me.
Mm.
Yeah,
But
no,
like,
you're broken. That's
Yeah.
fine.
so for me, like watching that boring ass shit, I'm like, okay, I get why it's here because we want to have a space where people can look at it and be like, this is how sex really should be. If you think that you could just spit on any fucking girl, you're wrong.
Unless you want to
Some
be
of
fed
them
on.
shoot.
You have to get
Some of them
consent
shoot you.
first.
No,
That's the
absolutely.
thing.
But that's the thing. There's
Some of them
no
chicks shoot you. Just saying.
right way to have sex. It's
True.
improvisation.
I
don't
mean,
know, like,
There
Again,
are
like-
a lot of wrong ways to have.
Like we
Right.
agreed
a
today.
lot of wrong ways.
Like we agreed today, we kind
Matter
of want
of
the woman to be
opinion.
at room temperature.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's one wrong
At the
way.
very least. Like, how long has she been cooling for?
There's definitely wrong.
God
ways to do it.
damn, yeah, that's some fucked up shit.
You know, it gets real tight when the ring is
Like, right?
Like,
Rick-
look.
exactly. Rigor mortis changes everything.
All I'm gonna say is, if felching is a possibility,
Ugh.
you are doing it wrong. You are doing it
Why
wrong.
did you have to?
Just the
God,
putrid, like,
dude.
have you guys ever seen Drag Me to Hell, where that
Yeah.
freaking gypsy like throws up in her mouth continuously? Like that's all I can.
Yeah.
Oh my fucking god! Yeah, that movie just always makes me want to.
Oh, but also, he brought up a very good point. Some really well acted and really well scripted stuff happened in porn way back in the 80s.
2 girls, 1 cup.
No, no. What I'm talking is like,
You're a horrible person.
if you want to watch,
nasty.
if you
Well
want to
scripted.
watch some really
80s porn.
classy
No, 80s
sensual,
porn's cool.
if you want to watch some classy sensual porn, you want to look for something with like Honey Wilder.
Lots of bush.
Debbie
And,
Does Dallas.
No. And what was the other one? Kay Parker.
I can look past the booze.
Oh, I know. Doesn't bother me,
I
bro.
can look
That's
past
a little
the
bit of
booze.
hair in your mouth. I put worse things in there.
Right?
Yeah.
Roger
Shit.
said, "I love hearing this in my ear, bud, as I tuck my daughter into bed." Go fuck yourself. We didn't tell you to touch your daughter. Not at all, sir. Not at all.
You know, my favorite porn was the R. Kelly story of the.
No.
Got pee on me.
That was just for Roger.
But wait,
Yeah.
I hope you were listening.
I'm like, you guys laugh, but
It's terrible.
turn the shower
I
on.
did just watch the fucking documentary. Oh my goodness.
but you know what's really fucked up? The really fucked up thing that people will want to tell you the story until you have to remind them this little piece of information. If you saw the R. Kelly video, you watched child porn.
Yes,
Yes, you did.
you did.
And a
I've never
lot of
seen
people
it.
watch
Oh,
that
goodness.
shit. Like, I want to see this child get peed on.
Yeah, I
What
don't.
was the
I
child
don't
getting
listen
peed
to
on?
pop music. It's all fucking disgusting crap. That's what pop culture is. It's predatory, disgusting fucking enterprise.
You
That's
are
what
not wrong.
pop fucking culture is. It's
You are
horrible.
not wrong.
Yeah, we were talking about BTS like before because my family's pretty fucking into it, and
And you know, they're
Those-
demonizing like hip hop. They're demonizing heavy metal. And look at the fucking pop music. Look at the fucking degrading shit that is shown fucking TV and playing on the fucking radio.
yeah,
Yes, Roger, it still counts as child porn at that point. No matter how old you are, it's still children's in it, which is why you cannot find Tracy Lord stuff.
yes,
Ew.
yes, because she was actually underage.
She was actually a child.
But that's what the fucking pop culture is. It's
True.
sick,
Look at Taylor Swift.
twisted, and
She was started off
fucked.
as country, and then they put her
That's
in
what pop
and
culture
her
is.
image completely
Presented
fucking changed.
blurry,
illegal
happy,
to
and
watch
fluffy,
child
but
porn if
it's
you're
a
a child?
fucking evil enterprise.
And that was Roger's question, and yes, it is.
It's a, what'd you say? I didn't hear the question.
Is it illegal to watch child porn if you are a child?
Actually, yes, you can actually, if you send like nudes of your girlfriend in high school to like
kind
your
of
homies,
questions.
like if your girlfriend sends you a fucking nudie and you send it to all your homeboys, like you could get in trouble for distributing child porn to other people. It's still distributing.
Now, what if
pictures of a
she's
child.
18 and I'm 13?
I don't know. I'm not a lawyer, but I'll.
Then I'm a player, is what that is. but-
No.
No.
You're not 13. You're not
He's
even
hot for
30.
I'm a couple decades off of 13. Let's not scratch that surface. But
Jesus Christ.
hey, I can still spank it like I was.
Oh my
That's
God.
All right, so you
terrible.
know what?
That's terrible.
We've been at this for 57 minutes, and I think it's time that we go ahead and throw in Dex's brony jar and call it a night. Do we have anything that we wanted to close out with?
No.
All right, well, then
96-month late-term abortions. I'm still advocating.
I would advocate for that. I would advocate for breeding license.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm down with all
And
these things.
certification. Shit, you need a test. Because if you name your son Clitoris Jackson.
Fucking personality test.
I think if we're going for
dad.
things that we think should be a thing, I don't think women should be able to have a child without it being a year apart from another child. I think
For health's sake.
I think for physically, like how that shit
Just
fucks your
for
body
health's
up, you
sake.
should not be pregnant
Well, let's
for
not
like
talk about
2
the
years.
pups and all the slavery shit they used to have back
Exactly.
then. We're
Yes.
not doing that today.
Yes.
They had that shit scheduled. That's why they came up with the cesarean section. Let's not even go.
One thing we should do more is to leave people to their own devices. You know,
Yep.
That's a great fucking
it's
idea. I
too
like
much,
that
too
shit.
invasive. This whole fucking law, it's too invasive. You know, fucking government is in your fucking bed, you know, in your sack. It's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to go against what he says and say that along with this whole policing the babies, if you have twins, one of them has to get like a really gnarly scar on their face, and they have to have
Right.
like a complete regimen of psychotropic drugs, so we can stop hearing about how I have a little mental connection with my twin bullshit. We don't
Fuck
care.
that! Make them fight to death. And the one, the one that survives
Strongest
gonna
one.
fucking live. They're gonna
Strongest one
fight to
gets to have
death.
this humanity.
Why is
Fuck
Dex
that.
on Pluto right now?
Oh,
Make them fight to death.
For a future
Oh, yeah.
show, we'll discuss how
Crack
most
baby
women
basketball.
do fertilize more than one egg, and one of the children is commonly consumed, and we don't have multiple children. Twins are rare because one baby
And then they suck up all that extra
absorbs
genetic
the other
material.
quite often.
And we
That's
call,
why we get
Happens quite
dominant.
often.
and we
No,
call
that's where it's rumored or thought that a lot of split personality comes from, because
Oh.
you absorbed your twin.
and we call them Highlanders.
I'm
All right, so
There gotta be only one.
So for MPE, I'm Nick P.
Diana, off camera.
Bye.
I'm disturbed. Dex.
Dexter Field Morning Chap signing off. Peace.
Yeah. Dear God, dear God, dear God. No, that was weird. It was like some of the babies like that quite eat, but they're rubbing too long and they just absorb the other
Guys.
baby. Like, what the?
Can I just say that I feel genuinely like 4.5% guilty right now that Rashad probably saw that and
He did.